Okay. So, what we're going to do today is explore a theme of playing with a triad of colors. I have picked colors because they were featured in the freebie. If you had a chance to look at that in the freebie PDF where I show, oh, wait, you're muted.
Oh, I was just showing that I did do that exercise. That's as far as I
Oh,
got.
you're already ahead, ahead of the group. But so you can choose other colors. I just thought it would be fun because it's a really nice triad, and it gives you a lot of colors to play with. So that's what I'm playing around with. But again, you can choose your own colors. So the colors I chose are French ultramarine. You can choose any blue, or if you want to, just another color, like a hot pink. In that original PDF, I was using Opus from Da Vinci. You can use whatever you want. You can use a red if you prefer to work with reds and you're not a big fan of pink. And I'm going to use kind of an earthy yellow. So in the PDF, I use Nicolazo yellow, but today I have like this palette from Holbein, which doesn't really have, well, some of the names are accurate, but it's just like a more of a yellow ochre, I would say. I really love those, and they make really great coral colors when you mix them with a hot pink, and they make really lovely greens. So this is what we're doing. We'll start with about 10 minutes of mixing up and like warming up with seeing what these colors can do. Then we'll do an abstract exploration. So just playing around with the colors, seeing which ones we like, how they look next to each other. Then we'll do about 15 minutes of landscape exploration, kind of abstract landscapes. And then at the end, if there are any questions, then of course we can talk about it. And if you're willing to share what you created, that's always fun to see. So that is it. That's the plan for the day. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Any questions?
I'll be back in 5 minutes. I have to get my supplies.
Yeah, no problem. Hi, Susan.
Sorry.
I like your background. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm putting a timer. Oh, I can't put a timer because I'm on my phone. Okay. Then we'll do about 10 minutes till 6:25. See if I can remember that.
You want me to set a timer?
Oh, thank you. That's okay. Who is talking? Pamela.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah,
Pamela.
Hi.
Sorry, it's all so messed up with the phone, and yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So, can start. Feel free to chat. Tell us what you're doing. This is like for everyone, not just Pamela, because she was the last person talking. But you know, you can tell us what you're using, what colors. Just have fun.
I'm all over the place. I think I have a core yellow ochre, Sennelier ultramarine, and a handmade hot pink called Azalea.
Whatever works, like it's all good. As long as it's colors you like.
What are we supposed to be doing? Sorry.
Mixing colors. You can,
Okay.
I would start with mixing two, like try the yellow and the pink, and then mix the pink and the blue, and then the yellow and the blue, and then if you want, you can start like all three of them, just to see what kind of color palette you get from these three colors.
You know it's core when you try to mix a color and the color just explodes on you. Even yellow ochre, I'm surprised.
It's because of the different binder they use. They have a synthetic Osco, and that's the thing in their binder that makes your watercolors go poof.
I was surprised it worked for yellow ochre since it's so heavy.
Yeah, but I think there's something nice about those earth tones. I mean, I'm very fickle, but I used to like hate all of these earthy colors, and now I'm getting around. But I think it's that combo, right? When you take a bright, bright color and then you mix it with something more earthy or something more granulating or something a little bit more opaque, then you get those magical mixtures that you're like, oh, how did I get that? And you can also add white to the mixture or a dark and see what happens.
Yeah, I did get my white out since I'm trying to use up that gouache tube.
Use it up. So we were talking on the YouTube stream about like watercolor month. Is anyone doing anything for that?
Nope.
Nope, too much pressure.
No, I'm not.
We're waiting for you to tell us what we're supposed to do.
I'm like automatically, if it's something everyone's doing, I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Nope.
That's exactly it.
I'm still working my way through the rainbow class, and I am hoping to learn, since Arita's right here, how do you use these? Like I'm having to just build up color to try to get anything solid because I just can't.
I got mine
do
out
that.
too.
Well, I use them with acrylics. I don't use them with watercolors.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So this is acrylic. So this was my second shot at the first acrylic class project. And I cannot get the smooth application you get with these things.
Which colors are you using? Like which paint?
I have a mix once again of the Holbein you were using, Golden, Liquitex, and Da Vinci.
And the paper?
I was using board instead of paper. Is that the big difference?
It could be that with a smooth paper, it's just easier.
Okay.
Or it could be that the paint is a bit too heavy. Like if it's a heavy body paint, that could also make it harder to get like a really smooth surface.
So try
honestly,
some medium or something like that.
Yeah, you could try it, but I think it's really also yours look really clean, but I always have some like bits on mine and then it messes up everything. So yeah, that's pretty clean. So that's not the reason, because sometimes I just get like bits of stuff and then it's like, oh, that's not smooth. I wonder why. I think it's just like trial and error, but I also find with certain paints, it's just easier. Like with a flash paint, there's something about the creaminess of it. And also the little acrylic wash.
Mm-hmm.
They're also very,
and I
very
wasn't using either of those, so that's something to try.
So maybe that's the reason. But it could be also just, try playing with the angle and the consistency. And there are like a lot of things that could make a difference. Like maybe you're putting too much pressure or not enough pressure. So it could be like just a little skill, technical adjustment.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Tell me what worked, if anything.
Well, I'll pull out some paper for the next. Well, actually, the next project is the huge one, isn't it? We're supposed to be on canvas.
If you want, I just thought it's something a lot of people are like afraid of. And so I just wanted to kind of help overcome that fear, because I was like, for a long time, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with like a large canvas until I just tried it. So
I have some 16 by 20s that I've been scared of, so I'm excited to use one of those. It's like tiny by museum standards, but by art at home, it's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
See the piece behind me?
Yeah.
I can't relate.
I love it.
It's huge. And I'm going 16 by 20. I could probably carry that. That'd be great. I work really big.
That's so like that's amazing, Pamela. I'm really trying, but now I'm back in the sketchbooks mode. But there's
Go back
something
and
about,
forth.
I don't know, I feel like you're a real artist if you work on large canvases. I know that's like stupid because there are amazing artists that work in sketchbooks or work on tiny things, but I'm like, no, you want to like
Nobody,
texture.
no artist ever thinks they're an artist. Ever.
It's a funny thing, huh?
Yeah.
See now.
Hmm.
What I really like about this specific palette is that it's very colorful, but you still get, it's not just, you know, super vibrant colors. You get like the greens, especially I find like if you take ultramarine blue or French ultramarine and an earthy yellow, you get the most beautiful greens, at least in my book. There are a lot of artists that don't like to use any greens like straight from the tube, and I can understand why. I'm not always doing that, but I can understand why. Hi, Bobby. It's so nice to see a face.
Hi.
What are you doing? Like, I don't want to put you on the spot, but
I'm finishing I have to do this today. I'm sorry, I can't participate with you
no,
all.
don't apologize. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's somebody's giving it away as a gift, so I have to finish it.
That's amazing.
But
Wow.
I'm having so much fun listening and watching everybody.
Do you
Isn't
love
that
doing
what you miss the most?
Sorry.
I miss that a lot. Like just to hear some chatter while you're working, and then just, I mean, I really like that when James makes these really long videos. I just put them on while I'm working.
Okay.
We love James.
Have you heard of Jenny Belly? She's been I think she's a UK artist, and I've followed her for a long time. She hasn't done anything on YouTube for the last
Who's
1.5 years, I would
the name
say.
again, Susan?
Jenny Belly.
Yeah, I've heard of. I used to
Yeah.
watch her.
Hi, Gail.
Hi,
So nice to
working-
see.
the
Faces.
faces with names. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you all know my face, but it's like, it makes me so happy to see the faces behind the words and the comments, and it's
Yeah.
lovely.
Zoom is nice that way.
Yeah, it is. I was so scared to try this because my internet connection is horrible, but fingers crossed.
So far, so good.
Famous last words.
Uh-oh, maybe I messed things up there.
Okay, so if you are willing, we can move on to a bit of time of abstract exploration, and you can take it to any direction you want, or if you have a subject you prefer to explore, that's fine too. I just like doing these to see how colors, like which colors I like to see next to each other.
Mhm.
And a lot of artists, you know, they will use kind of these primary colors. These are close to primary colors, but when they paint, they actually use mostly mixtures, and you won't see the pure colors So this is just an opportunity to, you could do little thumbnails in your sketchbook or on your paper or whatever you're working, and just see how, which colors you like. You can start with like your favorite color and then see like, you know, I'll start with a hot pink and then I'll think, oh, which colors do I want to see next to it? So for me, it'll probably be some sort of like corally color, and just playing around with composition, with color. There's no exact instructions you have to follow. So we'll do about 15 minutes. Try. So I can tell you in the meantime a little bit of what is coming in July. I think I filmed most of the videos, so I'm going to show you all of the Pith sketchbooks so you can see what's their story. And I still haven't picked like an artist. I have a few in mind, but if there are any requests, then
I want to learn more about neo-expressionism, and you kind of started down that path, but it seems like most of the artists are German and Austrian anyway.
there's
you
a
probably
lot. Yeah, I have
probably have
one on my
access
list.
to artists we don't have in the US. Like there's no book of neo-expressionism in the US that I could find.
I think I also struggle to find like art books that I absolutely love, but I definitely want to do, maybe I'll feature him in July. There's a really known Austrian artist called Hundertwasser. He's sort of like the Gaudi of Austria. If you've heard of Gaudi, that, you know, he's like artist, architect, and, you know, Barcelona is like full of his stuff. So Hundertwasser
Yes.
kind of is the same thing for Austria. Besides his very colorful, beautiful artwork, he also like designed all kinds of like buildings, and there's like a spa in my region that he designed. He didn't do anything with corners, which is a fun challenge for the person who has to, like, you know, put furniture into these buildings. But it's really, really like lovely stuff, very colorful, very interesting, very whimsical. So I think maybe.
That sounds good. There's an artist that I followed and I'm trying to remember her name now. But I did one of her classes and she did a segment on him. So in one of my sketchbooks somewhere, I have some like knockoff type stuff of that idea using his
Cool.
art as inspiration. Cool.
I did an art Sherpa class last year on YouTube. She had an abstract April, and I ended up putting my one of the neo-expressionism up on my wall. I liked it so much. And she was kind of trying to do Basquiat in her own style.
Yeah.
There was just one small monster face instead of all monster face.
I love his work, and I love that book that I recommended. It's like such a great book with just, it's in the PDF if you haven't looked yet. It's like really an amazing artist. Such a pity that he died so young.
No, I haven't
bought
got that book yet.
Sorry. I bought
no, go ahead.
I bought the Tal art book.
did
other one you showed, the Tal, the American artist.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's amazing also.
Yeah, I love her, especially her seascapes or her beachscapes. Yeah.
I also think this is like her best work in my opinion. It's so good. But I also wanted to ask, I mean, I know there's not a lot of us on the call, but since it is all new, you like feel free to ask for what you want and what you need. And for example, like one of the things I know a lot of people are doing is, working with like reference photos. It's something that I guess I'm a little bit ambivalent about it, but we could definitely do, like, if people prefer that, then we could definitely do this. And there's actually a lot of like really cool things we could paint from. I mean, I don't want to push like my area of the world, but it's like so beautiful. There's beautiful landscape here with like these country houses. It's so pretty and so inspiring. And then there's also like my town, and I relatively often go to Vienna, so I can also take pictures there, and we can also sketch and paint from those things.
I love Vienna. It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Come, Pamela.
Oh, we've been. I want to come back.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you know a local.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
My
Show me where all the
great-grandmother
art
is from
supply store
Vienna.
was. Oh,
Really, Susan, you've been? Who said that? Was that Susan?
My great-grandmother is from Vienna. She's
Yeah.
born in Vienna.
You've been?
I've not been, no. I've been in Austria, but not there.
Well, everyone is invited. I mean, I don't live there, but if you tell me, I will meet you. I will show you around, and I'll take you to the best museums and the best food, in my opinion, in Vienna. That's like my thing.
You need to come to New Orleans if you're talking food. We have some of the best food in the country, and probably some of the best food I've had in the world, actually. And we've been to a lot of countries.
I would love to go back to America, but it's not going to happen anytime soon, I think.
No.
New Orleans was the only place I ever went on vacation where I had to take a day and fast because I ate so much. I could not eat one more bite.
It's really hard for locals to stay skinny around here because, in fact, we are now on a keto, not keto, strict keto, but like low sugar, low carb. But it's really hard to do that in this city.
Yeah. Yeah, the food was absolutely amazing.
Yes. Yes.
What's your favorite thing, Gail, to eat?
If I don't have, oh gosh, I just like so many things. I love seafood because, of course, I grew up here. So we eat a lot of seafood. We eat seafood all the time. In fact, my husband's fishing out in Lake Pontchartrain. We have flounder a lot, which is like a halibut. And we eat fish all the time. But I think one of my favorite things, well, it's fresh in my mind because my husband just had a birthday and we went to one of our local favorite restaurants in New Orleans called Commander's Palace. It's 5 stars, and they have a lunch and a brunch menu that's pretty reasonable for a pricey restaurant. And they have a quail dish, and then they have something called bread pudding souffle, where it's actually a heavy bread pudding, but it's in a souffle form. Oh my God, so good.
That
So
sounds
good.
great.
Yeah, I'm originally from the Netherlands, and it's really weird to say, but here in Ireland, they only eat fish and chips. So I really miss like good seafood, like what we have in the Netherlands. And I don't mean the herring and stuff like that, although I miss that too. But it's more like just the fish cuisine. Like they don't do it here. They don't eat it. a lot of fish. It's really hard to get different kinds of fish either. It's weird. It's a really weird.
It is
While the
weird,
sea is
especially
like
you're an
the
island.
Atlantic is like 10 kilometers from my house.
Interesting. So how did you get to Ireland from the Netherlands?
My husband's job.
So he's also from the Netherlands?
He's also from the Netherlands, yes. Yeah, we went to Scotland first for 2 years. And I loved Scotland. I really, really loved it. We lived in Aberdeenshire. Aberdeenshire. And it's so beautiful there. And it's really, I think we had less rain or less rain than we used to have in the Netherlands. It's just a lot colder because it's a lot more north on the earth. But I really, really loved where we lived, and I really didn't want to move, but we didn't really have a choice. So then we went to Ireland, and I've never been to Ireland. And then you come here in the Northwest in a small town, and I'm a city girl. So it was like really, really hard for the first couple of years. I had a really hard time. But now I love it. It's beautiful here too. It's just, it rains a lot. And the Northwest of Ireland is just, whenever you look at the weather charts, you know, you never see Ireland. There's always a cloud above.
What county is that?
Sorry?
What county in Ireland?
Sligo.
Sligo.
Slidell? Isn't that funny? That's the city I live in.
No, Sligo.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
My family history on one side is County Clare.
Right.
Oh, stuck a finger in it.
I think with all the hardships, there's something really special about, you know, actually living in a different country than where you come from and experiencing a different culture.
Definitely. And even if you think, oh, it's just a neighboring country, it won't be that different. It can be totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
and sometimes-
appreciate everything you're posting, though. Being a American, part Jewish person, like you just don't know what you should about what's going on. So I follow what you say about that.
Thank you. I'm always like hesitant about, you know, talking, it's not even politics, but things that are not art related. Yeah,
Yeah, I get that because I'm a novelist and you can absolutely get pushback when you go non-neutral, but with being Jewish, it's like you can't hide it, I don't think.
Well, you can. I blend in where I am, but yeah, it's a bit uncertain times. I know in the US you have an election coming and
Yeah,
all kinds of instability
that just
in
that just
many
keeps
parts of
getting
the world. These are volatile topics. So let's talk about
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
No, it's
People are
just sad.
starting to, Pamela is rubbing her face. So,
It's not volatile, it's just very sad. That's all. You know, we don't know
Yeah,
what's
I
going
think
to
as a
happen. Even when you know what should happen, you don't know what's going to happen. And
no, Yeah,
It's the worry that gets you, I think.
That's right.
Can't control old men with power.
Yeah,
true.
exactly. The old man. And I think,
I have a
I don't
painting,
know
I
if
named
I
it No
speak for
Countries for
everyone.
Old Men. I'm sorry.
I mean, from a Europe kind of view, it's like you've got such a big country, and the only two people that the leadership thinks that is able to rule a country are two men that are too old. And we in Europe are,
and the
at
second
least I
best
think,
isn't that great either. It's a whole
Yeah, I
mess.
think
It's a whole
part
mess.
of our
That's all.
problem is they choose very poor vice presidents, probably out of their own paranoia. And so then we've ended up with this huge leadership gap.
And ego. And ego. Yeah.
oh yeah, ego, my gosh. The world would be a lot better if there was no ego.
If it was run by women,
Girl.
much
Yeah.
better.
As
That's all I'm
we sit
saying.
here as a bunch of creatives who are known for their egos, I don't know about no ego.
Oh, I have no ego. I have no ego. I can tell you. I'm like,
It is
there's
the
no
human
ego here.
experience.
Okay, we can continue talking about politics.
No.
Pamela doesn't want. Let's talk about colors. So we can have 15 minutes of exploring like abstract landscapes. Just use your imagination if you want, or finish that dog painting like Bobby. Like whatever floats your boat. I love doing abstract landscapes, and I think especially with such a color triad where we have like all these like earthy yellows and olivey greens, and then you can play with the color of the sky, you can make them more moody or like brighter. If you add white to French ultramarine, you get a lovely lavender color, and I love that for skies, but that's just me. So you can play around and imagine your area of the world. I live in a hilly place, and I love that.
I need to go see if my husband caught fish.
What's for dinner?
Right? Hi. Hello.
Susan, have you made any good friends where you are? It's like so hard at the beginning.
Yes, it was really hard, and we don't have children, so that makes it extra hard. But eventually, yes, I made some friends, some good friends. One of them is also now an artist, and I started her up actually, which sounds really like tooting my own horn, but it isn't. But yeah, she does a lot of watercolors. She does a lot of seascapes now, and she's very loose in her style, which is fantastic. And I really admire her work and what she makes. It's when
You
I
ever paint
taught.
together?
Yeah, we do sometimes, not that
That's
often, because I have a normal day job, so it's sometimes hard to make time. But
Sure.
and she is in the gallery now, in the Made in Sligo shop, which is really nice for her, and I'm really happy for her because when I met her, she was still married, and she went to a very nasty divorce, and now she's on her own legs doing her art, and yeah, great admire. It's really great to see her do so well. And yeah, I actually, through her, I met some other friends. I have a Dutch friend that moved here like 30 years ago or something. So she's really more Irish than Dutch. My pottery teacher is one of my friends, actually. But yeah, the beginning was really hard. I don't know, in the UK there's a lot of art clubs, and I was very lucky to find people right away. Like in the little town that I lived in, there was an art group, and they had like every first Tuesday of the month they had like a bigger art group. So it was really easy for me to meet like-minded people. And also my husband had a lot of Dutch colleagues, and their wives and children were also coming over to Scotland. So there was like this big Dutch clique, which was nice. Which we don't have here, so that was hard. Yeah, no, I'm quite happy now here. If you would have asked me 3 years ago if I wanted to move back to the Netherlands, it would be yes, 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 yes. And now it's more like, nah, I don't think so.
Great. A second, the light now is messing with me. Looks okay.
Irid, you were talking about the abstract landscapes. I've been following, I think somebody mentioned her already, Denise Love. Maybe that was in the earlier call. Are you on, what the heck is the site?
Patreon?
No, it's a site where you've got a bunch of different classes. Now it's escaped me, but anyway, the artist's name is Denise Love. Skillshare, thank you. It's a great deal, it really is, because there's just a lot on there. And she does some really fun, just quick abstract landscapes that I have fallen in love with for the sketchbook. Anyway, she's very good, very enthusiastic artist.
Cool, I'll check it out. I love abstract landscapes.
Yeah, she does things like, just let me see if I have any in this journal. She just does fun things like this kind of thing. It's very sketchy, very loose. Let me see if I can get it in the frame.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and it took about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I love about it, is it's just fun, and you can, and the interesting thing about it is you can play with colors and just make your landscapes whatever color you want, whether it's realistic or not. She does cute little mark making like this one. Let's see if I can get it in the, just
Very
little
cute.
bird. I mean, just cute stuff. I mean, I used to make art on canvases, but I'm out of room. I have a whole bathroom filled with artwork in my studio, and I just don't have any place else to put it. So, and nobody seems to want it. So, you just do it in the journal then. But I've been at this for too long, a long time. So you run out of space.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I stopped doing scrapbooking, because I was like, there's just no more space for these like massive albums, and
yeah,
the houses here are not as big as a lot of the US houses, and it's like I have no more place for these albums. I need to do something different.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I found you when you were still doing the scrapbooking stuff. Actually. And I still have loads of scrapbooking material, and I still have a book to finish, but that's on the long haul.
Yeah, it was fun. But it was my gateway drug to art again.
I love your crocheting too, and you know all the colorful. I unfortunately had to have hand surgery like on both hands within a 4-year time frame, so I had to give up the crochet, but I'm back doing beading again, so I think my hands can handle the crochet again. So that's exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, it's so relaxing, crochet.
Yes, that's the thing I really like about it. It's got a lot of potential for just sitting there doing, just using your hands, but not really being stressed about it.
Absolutely. I started it during COVID because I was like, okay, I need to do something with my hands while I'm staring at the TV
Right,
and not doom scroll.
right.
So do you guys have any other hobbies besides painting and, well, crochet?
Bead weaving. I like to work with beads and jewelry, metalworking and bead weaving.
Cool.
I never met a hobby I didn't like. I also quilt, but I haven't done that in a while. But I've had like
Okay.
longer than you guys. I've had like 35, 40 years to develop hobbies. So I'm a little bit older.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I quilt too. I just
Do
got
you?
a whole load of fabric from, I quilt too, and I just got a whole load of fabric from a lady that died, and she had like a huge stash. And I am helping her daughter get rid of a lot of the fabric. But so now and then I see something I really like, so I pick it out for myself and pay her for it. But she doesn't want that much money for it. So it's really, really bad. I had a whole tube for 50 euros. And it's like, oh, now I have to find a place in my home. And Irish homes are really small. So.
So inconsiderate of all us multi-passionate people.
I just paint.
That's so I think it's so much
That's it.
easier like when you just have the one passion.
Oh no, because I don't just paint in one media. So like I have to try encaustic. I have to try burning copper to put with my painting. I have to, so it's
Yep.
still the same thing. You just pick up other things.
I think they all meld together after a while because honestly,
Yeah.
I started fabric and then I branched off into beads and then jewelry. And sometimes you can make really cool things that incorporate almost all of your hobbies.
Pretty much that's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we just love to make. That's it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the reasons I ended up focusing on painting and of course the hobby of collecting art supplies was I ended up with carpal tunnel after I had my son. So I had to let all the crocheting and knitting go, and I lost my quilting room to his bedroom. But art doesn't cause the issues with the hands, for me at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard when you're a maker and your hands aren't working properly.
Yep.
Yes, I had spine surgery because my hand wasn't gripping. Thank God it worked. Okay. Yeah,
Oh no,
That-
that's so
under-
scary.
it was awful to not be able to paint for so long. But I was a nail technician, so I couldn't work either.
Oh, wow. That was
It's
a
all better
double.
now. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Mine is too. I can grip. I can do, even though they took out a bone in each hand, thumb joint. And it sounds a lot more gruesome than it was, but it does take a long time, and you never quite build up. You never quite have the strength.
Yeah.
In grip and holding heavy things, but hey, as long as I can paint and work with my beads and all of that, I'm happy camper.
Yes, ma'am.
You learn to appreciate being able
Yes.
to.
Yep, you really
You do.
do.
Okay, so I think we'll wrap up the active part. So if anyone has questions, now is a good time.
Well, I really like your idea that you had on the YouTube call to make a book together. Because I
Yeah,
love,
we'll
and I also liked your idea of loose watercolor exploration, but with whatever you want to do in whatever colors you want to make it, because I'm not a big prompt person either. You know, I just have a hard time. I start out with good intentions, but I just kind of, I don't like that idea, you know?
Yeah,
So,
same.
And
Yeah.
also, if you have to do it every day, I mean, I know it's a good practice, but I just don't have the time to do it every day. I mean, if you have 3 prompts a week, I would be able to do that, but not 7, you know?
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
need
we'll do
anything
some-
that adds to our anxiety. And the prompts tend to do that when you've got to produce.
Yeah, these prompts, I'm not feeling it at all. And also it's just sometimes it's just annoying because it feels like it's just a way to, you know, push like market stuff. And it's just, I mean, it's great for people who find it motivating, that's great. But if it's just a cause for like stress or frustration, then
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan. I've never been able to like finish these challenges or follow them. I hate the prompts. I don't know what to do, and it just annoys me. So we'll do something. It's just, I think it's fun when it kind of reminds you to use what you have and play around. That's great. So I think that's what we'll do, because, you know, everyone's like talking about it. So we'll do something, play a bit with watercolors, but nothing too strict or, you know, too many things to follow. Okay, so if anyone wants to show what they made, chat a bit what they discovered, if they had any surprises, what they liked, what they didn't like, share with us.
I can start if you want.
Yeah, go Susan.
So let's see if I can show you that.
Zoom doesn't like, yeah. Very
Looks
So the
like
pretty.
colors I picked is Indian yellow from Core, bright opera from MS, which is Mission Magellan.
Mission Gold?
I don't know. No, it's I'll look it up. I'll make some scans and put it in the club. And I used Rembrandt's ultramarine blue, and that was what I got. And then I played a bit, which is not that interesting. And then I really like actually the landscape challenge, just to make something really quickly with just those colors.
Lovely. Looks like a sunset.
Could well be whatever you want it to be.
No, like those purpley, pinky skies.
Yeah, that is the bright opera with the Rembrandt ultramarine blue. I really like Rembrandt's ultramarine blue. It is not very granulating, which I wish it was. But I think I really like the blue hue of the ultramarine from Rembrandt.
Do they have, because I have, I think, French ultramarine.
Yeah, I think, is that not Sminke? I don't know.
I think, I'm not sure, because some brands have French ultramarine and then ultramarine. And I don't know, I think the one I have is pretty granulating. but they're supposed to be pretty granulating.
I know most of them are. Yeah, I have my watercolor palette here with a mishmash of colors, or actually more a mishmash of brands, because for all my brands I have separate watercolor boxes, but I also have like this one that has some of my favorite colors, and then some colors from Roman Small. I only have 3 of them, so, or 4 now, and I just put them here in the palette. So I don't know. I'm very good with making swatches and putting the name in, but it might be that I just said, okay, ultramarine blue, that's good enough for me. And if it's French ultramarine or normal ultramarine, I don't care, but I can look it up. I mean, I've got the tubes somewhere. So.
Did you like working with these colors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like mixing and seeing what you can get. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you work with limited palette?
Normally not, no.
Yeah.
I have all the colors.
Why would we do that to ourselves? Okay, great, Susan. Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
Anyone else?
I did.
Don't have to.
I did.
Ooh, very pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, just lots of color, and then I did a quick little landscape sketch. I was trying out my Da Vinci paints because I really love Da Vinci paints. They're very, if I want a bold punch, I have 3 of their like little artist sets like this. And I have the Mother Earth, the Mother Green, the Mother Violet, and just a regular all around palette. I normally don't buy palettes like that. I normally like to make my own, but I find Da Vinci's surprisingly affordable and surprisingly very bright and colorful. And I need to try that.
The Denise Soden palette from Da Vinci is my favorite palette ever in terms of a composed palette. I use it all the time.
I have not tried that one, but I want to try that one. I think I have the Scratch Made, and then these 2 Joyce's Mother Earth and Mother Violet palettes, but I've been wanting to try that one. And I do have the Artemis, but I don't have the Opus that you like so much, Irit. I need to get that.
You do. If you like bright
really
pink,
good in acrylic
like
as well. Opus.
Do they really? I have not tried any of their acrylic paints.
They're really good.
I'm actually just totally blown away and in love with both the flash paints and also the I don't know if you've tried these or if you can get them there, Eric, but the Jo Sonia's, the matte acrylics from Jo Sonia's, we can get them at, I think, Jerry's.
Yeah, flash, I'm obsessed with flash paints. I just love them so much. For sketchbooks also, they are perfect.
They are wonderful. You turned me on to those, and of course now I have like, I don't know, 25 of them. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. So did you like the color palette?
I did. I chose a granulating blue, a manganese blue, and a benzo orange, and just a permanent rose, just a rose color. And I also throw in a little Hansa Yellow Deep, and I really did like that palette, and it made some nice mixes too. I enjoyed it.
Like
Very
abstract
nice.
landscape is really interesting
Yeah,
because you don't see there the pure colors.
Yeah.
And maybe the
yeah.
blue.
Yeah, that's it. But the green mix came out really interesting. And actually I mixed in a little red with it too to kind of tone it down. But I really liked the whole thing. What I appreciate the most is I haven't been using my sketchbooks much lately. I've just filled almost two solid spreads, so that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, whatever works.
Absolutely. Great. Thanks, Gail.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm Heather, by the way.
Hi,
I
Heather.
signed in on the wrong
Yeah,
account.
it just says Columbia River.
Yeah, I've been a board member for a long time and so I perpetually signed in. So, like I said, I was the one who was using the yellow ochre from Core and then ultramarine and kind of a cult color called azalea. And that was the one that was kind of a disappointment, maybe just on this paper. I love this pretty obscure sketchbook. It's from Pro Art and it's not cotton paper, but it works really well. But my favorite mix was a lot of the azalea with just a little ultramarine.
Beautiful.
It came out better than just the plain azalea, I thought. And then I only worked on one spread. Otherwise, it became abstract landscape. So
It's lovely. That's a place you
because of
know.
our conversation, my monster ended up having orange hair.
But I love the colors you got there. You had a beautiful peachy color, and then in your mixes, and then there was at the bottom also a kind of a neutral color.
Yeah, I mean, I started grabbing stuff for my palette. So there's a lot of soda light. That's what the clouds are. And then because I was trying to do a barn, I ended up pulling carmine and I went off the palette, but I had started trying to do a, neon pink barn and it just wasn't working. Next time I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's very cool. Super fun. Thanks, Heather. You enjoyed it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Great. Anyone else?
Let go.
Yeah, go Pamela.
I started with like the palette that I had made. I have everything else, sorry. That palette that I made that I posted about.
Your palette is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But it made it difficult for this. So
Yeah.
wow, it's something. But I started out in my favorite sketchbook. With that.
So pretty.
And I was doing some mixes, like really watery, and then layering.
Beautiful.
So, and then for the landscape, I went completely out of the palette. And I
No
went,
problem. Go with the flow. Don't force yourself. I love it that
Right.
everyone did their own thing. Love it.
I went to Schminke. I don't know what the names of the colors are. They're in like one of their standard palettes. And I went with that. So that's
Lovely.
more of a landscape that I see out my window. I'm in the desert, so that's New Mexico.
Very
New
cool.
Mexico.
As far as I
My
got.
husband was
I'm sorry.
my husband was born in Albuquerque.
Oh,
Well,
really?
actually, he was born in Minnesota, but he grew up and did all of his school in Albuquerque.
I'm in Las
So,
Cruces.
where are you?
Oh, I've been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We've
Yep.
been there many
We moved here from Ohio just over a year ago. So it's
Cool.
completely different than what I'm used to.
Yes. Yeah,
But we love it.
absolutely.
Oh, we love it. So I'm watching prairie dogs run outside my window right now. Just
Yeah.
running around. And it's my mountains. I hope you can see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's so funny, Pamela, because I'm hoping to visit. My childhood friend lives in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. And I'm hoping to visit her. And we thought about going to a few days to New York. And then I looked at the hotel prices and my brain exploded. And then we
Yes.
thought, okay, where can we go? And she's been in a lot of places. And I've also been in quite a few places. And then I thought, maybe we should go to Santa Fe. She's never been.
I'm
I've
going
never
there in
been.
2 weeks. I'm going to Santa Fe in 2 weeks. They're having a
Okay,
big
then you
art
tell
show.
us
Yeah,
if it's worth it.
I'll take pictures. I'll film. I'll post. Yes,
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
a very big art show.
Yeah, because it seems there's a Georgia O'Keeffe Museum there.
Yes,
And
I've
it
been
just
there and
looks
it's
like
beautiful.
the nature and the architecture and the history of the place looks amazing. So I
Yes,
don't know, we're
yes.
playing around with that idea, like where to go.
I highly recommend it. You take the waters, you go to the hot springs, You go to Georgia, go to Ghost Ranch, you do all, you know, the Canyon Road. It's amazing. It's
Yes.
amazing. And the food. And the food.
Yes, talking my language. Art,
Just remember to
reading
start
things.
easy. The altitude can get you there.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
The what? Sorry, I missed
The
that.
altitude, it's very high up, like 7,000 feet. So you just have to
Yeah.
plan to take it easy right when you get there.
That's
No
true.
worries.
Yeah.
I take it easy.
The
I've been
hard work
to base camp Everest, so I think I can
Wow.
handle
You're good.
New Mexico.
You're fine.
No, I'm
Wow.
joking. I was young then and I almost passed out there. The altitude was rough. But... Okay, I think Bobby, show us again the dog. He's so pretty. Or maybe she left.
Is there?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right there. Gorgeous dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, your client will
I
be
love
very happy.
I love the blue eye.
The background is going to stay like that. It's amazing, like with the yellow.
Yes, yes, it's very unlike me. But I like this kind of acid color.
It's gorgeous. It's just like he pops, but it's like so warm and it's great. So good.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Oh.
happy with it.
You'll have a very happy customer.
Hope so.
Okay, everyone. I think I have to go be a mom a bit this evening here. Thanks everyone so much for joining. And the plan is to do this weekly. So prepare your sketchbooks.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. And hope to see you next time. I'll try to do the time so it works, like mix it up a little bit. Because we're from all over the world, which is super cool, but also means a bit challenging with the time zones.
Thanks, Erin.
Yeah,
Thanks.
have a great
See you
weekend,
later.
everyone.
Thanks so
Bye.
much. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.